Thank you, Ken. Very much appreciate that description. We have great things going on with businesses. The next regional pitch winner to talk will be Eliza Skenandore from Starr, Merrie native.
Sagoli yunta desnelets nyongets oniot deaga ni wogaho gitaloro. My English name is Eliza Skenandore, and I just introduced myself in the Oneida language. It's very important for not only our community members to hear our language, but also the general public to hear our language, to know that we're still here, we still exist, and our culture is strong. So I wanted to share with some of the highlights that we've been able to accomplish since winning the pitch contest. Some of the highlights is craft shows, creating new products, working on our website, and then also hosting a Native art market and getting new customers and continuing our personal education. So since the pitch contest, we've been able to do multiple craft shows in Northeast Wisconsin. And this is really big for our business because it gives us a place to be in front of the customers, and it gives us a place to show off our skills and talk about our services. Because we don't have a storefront, this craft shows and art markets are really important to our business. And then also we've been able to accomplish creating new products. So with the pitch contest winnings, we actually invested in our business and we purchased a very wonderful printer to be able to do stickers. And then we also invested in a couple of cutting machines so that we can create things in-house. So then we are able to create different types of products that represent our culture, which is really important because nowhere you're going to find it at a Target or a Walmart. You're going to have to try and find it from an actual indigenous artist. And this is really important because seeing our art and colors that represent our culture is so important, because then we are able to also continue to be visible and strengthen our culture and show that we are moving forward even in today's world. So just simple things like color is so important to culture. As you know from Green Bay, the golden yellow, you always think green and yellow, Packers. With us, one of the important colors to our culture is purple and white, which come from the quahog shell. And so anytime you see anything in the Oneida community, you always see that purple and white. And you're like, where does that come from? Well, that comes from the quahog shell that we use to make beads. And so just a little history lesson for you there. And then also we've been able to get web hosting for our business, which was also a big endure. Websiting is not easy. And so me and my husband worked on creating our website. It's now live and we're still working on it constantly and uploading new products. And definitely, if I had to start over, that might be something that I outsourced. And then us personally, we also got to host Native markets. So we found other indigenous artists in the Northeast Wisconsin area, most of them from the Green Bay area, but also from Door County and Menominee County. And we hosted a Native art market right here locally at the Startup Hub on the NWTC grounds. It was really awesome. We had 9 different indigenous artists, and so then we're also sharing our success with other indigenous artists so that they can also get that sponsored time. And then from the pitch contest, we've been able to create new customers, getting our face out there. I got to create a wedding set that I've never done before, and they've seen our social media and they're just like, I trust you. And that just in itself is amazing. And now I have that for my portfolio for making a wedding set. And then, as you know, graduation season was currently, and so I also got to make a couple of graduation sets. And then we are also continuing our education. So not only with new tech learning how to use a press machine and cutting machines. Currently, we're looking into getting like a laser cutter, but also continuing our skills with our traditional arts. We recently went out to the swamp and cut down a black ash tree and learned how to make our traditional baskets that we use not only for art, but also for our food processing skills through our traditional Oneida white corn. And then also, I'm still in the entrepreneurship program at NWTC, and I'm looking forward to graduating next year. And so, continuing even our education. My husband is working on his master's in accounting, so education is so important to continuing building our business. So, I just want to thank you for having me here today. And if you ever want to reach out and learn more about our business or the Oneida culture, feel free to reach out to me. Yanko.